Hello, once more, and welcome back to NFL Prediction Video Series here in 2023. As we get into week 12 after going 5-2 last week in week 11, I'm finally above 500 for the first time this year at 40-37. Took 11 weeks to get me above 500 for the year. 3 games above 500, that's it. Going into this week, we have a lot of games. We have Thanksgiving Day matchups, 3 of those, plus a game on Black Friday for the first time in NFL history on Friday, plus some games on Sunday I'll have to predict as well. So 7 games on the schedule. Let's get into the NFL predictions here for week number 12, see how I can do this week, and improve the 40-37 record. So let's get started, everyone. Starting out with this first matchup. Coming up, the first matchup on Thanksgiving Day between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. This is a matchup that is going to be fun to see. The Lions, the surprise team in the NFC North this year, sitting in first place, by the way. After beating the Bears 31-26, a game I did not watch as a Bears fan. It's hard to watch the Bears. I can only watch 2 of my favorite teams right now, the Chiefs and Broncos. The Broncos have been coming to their own and doing a bit better. But you talk about those 2 teams alone, I guess those 2 are the better teams. You look at the Bears, they're not good. Chiefs and Broncos are okay to watch, but the Bears losing to the Lions last week was hard. Hard in this matchup. It's a matchup for the first time on Thanksgiving between these 2, where Aaron Rodgers is not the starting quarterback. Lions coming in at 82, while the Packers sit at 4-6. Speaking of that, with Jordan Love at quarterback, it's a new era for the Packers on Thanksgiving Day against the Lions in a rivalry game. These 2 teams have met a lot on Thanksgiving Day in the past, where Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre had led the Packers, and the Packers usually take care of business against Detroit. This year, I see the Lions and Jared Goff getting the win to go to 9-2, as I do think the Lions improved their winning ways in the NFC North division for a division title. As the Lions make themselves a bit better to get a win on Thanksgiving Day. Moving on to the next matchup into the NFC East. The Washington Commanders coming in. They have to go to Dallas to play the 7-3 Cowboys. Commanders coming in 4-7, while the Cowboys come in at 7-3. The Cowboys currently hold the first wild card spot in the postseason. If the season were to end today, they'd finish with the wild card spot with the Seahawks and Vikings right behind them. Talk about the Seahawks shortly, but speaking of the Cowboys, this is a team that has not had good matchups. One of their 3 losses to division opponents this year. One of their losses to division opponents was to the Eagles. Against the rest of the division, they're pretty good. They are pretty good, the Cowboys, against the NFC East. And as you look at it, the Cowboys' loss was to the Eagles. They also beat the Giants twice this year as well. This is going to be their first matchup against Washington of the season. Then they won't meet each other again until week 18. By the way, speaking of this matchup, the Cowboys, I think they should be having under control. They've done good against the division. The only team they don't have good successes against the Eagles. For the Commanders on the other side, their team, they're going to be at the bottom feeder after being a playoff team a few years ago. Unfortunately, this game I'm giving it to the Cowboys, as I do think the Cowboys go to 8-3 and continue their run to stay within the reach of the division again as they stay behind the Eagles. As the Cowboys get the win this week on Thursday on Thanksgiving. There's also a night game, which will be on NBC, between the San Francisco 49ers as they have to go to Seattle to play the Seattle Seahawks. As the Seahawks and 49ers getting ready to go into place. Seahawks coming in as the second place team in the division in the NFC West. Looking at the matchups, Seahawks coming in at 6-4, while the 49ers 7-3. 49ers, though, a game up on the Seahawks at the moment for the year. And I believe it is their second time playing against each other. The 49ers going on the road, Seattle on a Thursday night. Should be interesting. The 12th man of Seattle is going to be loud for sure. And if it's anything like the 49ers rest of the games against their own divisional opponents, the 49ers should have pretty good success in this matchup going into it. Because the 49ers so far against the division this year, pretty good. Their record is 2-0 against their own division. This is their third game against their divisional opponent, first game against the Seahawks. I think going into Seattle, this is going to be a tight matchup and fight for first place. These two teams have been back and forth in first place between the 49ers and the Seahawks. Geno Smith, Brock Purdy, it's going to be a quarterback matchup to watch. I'm going to go on a limb and say this. I think the Seahawks make it a close game. But unfortunately, I think the 49ers get the job done as they improve to 3-0 against the NFC West opponents this year with 3 games left against the NFC West after Thursday night. So I do think the 49ers go on the road and get a win against Seattle. Moving on to the next game. The next game, Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa have to go in to New York to play the Jets. This game is the rare Black Friday NFL game. First ever NFL game on Black Friday in league history. So the NFL has never had a Black Friday game. They have had games on Friday, the day of Christmas, which happened a few years back. And that happened a few years ago. But this time around, it's time for Black Friday to take the spotlight with NFL. As the Jets and Dolphins coming in at 7-3, while the Jets coming in at 4-6. The big news on this game is Jets are starting Josh Boyle, starting a quarterback, who is starting quarterback, former Green Bay Packers quarterback. Starting former Green Bay Packers quarterback this week, not named Aaron Rodgers. He was the backup, though, to Aaron Rodgers, though. Yeah, backup to Aaron Rodgers. So that's pretty much it. Tim Boyle, I think it is, who is the quarterback, I believe. Let me look. Yeah, Tim Boyle, former Green Bay Packers quarterback, getting the start on Friday for the Jets. Not named Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson is being benched. And unfortunately, by the time Aaron Rodgers comes back, this Jets team is going to have to win out if they want to be a playoff team in this division. Unfortunately, I don't think the Jets get the win. I think the Dolphins going to New York on Friday, take care of business, get a big win on the road on Friday afternoon. That's a game you can see on Amazon Prime TV. The first 3 games on Thursday are on Fox, CBS, and NBC, all that order. Then this game is on Amazon Prime. And I think the Dolphins go into New York, get a big win, and go to 8-3 on the year. Moving on to the next matchup of the day. Moving on to the Sunday afternoon spotlight. Pittsburgh Steelers going into Cincinnati. Biggest storyline of the day. Biggest storyline in this matchup is Joe Burrow done for the year. Bengals are on to their backup quarterback. Brandon Allen, I believe it is. No, okay, never mind. Hold on, I need to look this up. I'm trying to figure this out. Cincinnati Bengals quarterback. Yeah, so without Joe Burrow, Bengals are pretty much out of contention. I'm trying to figure out who the quarterback is for the Bengals this week. Oh, yeah, but looking at this matchup, Steelers coming in, they're going to have to come in. The Bengals are without Joe Burrow for the year. Unfortunately, it's going to be a big storyline. Jake Browning is actually the quarterback that is going to be the new quarterback there in Cincinnati, taking over this week. And without Joe Burrow, this Bengals team is going to have a hard time making a playoff run. This is a team I said at the beginning of the year, as well as the Bills and Chiefs. I did predict the Bengals, Chiefs, and Bills to be the number 1, 2, and 3 seed in whatever way that is, just like it did last year. Unfortunately, the Bengals and Bills are now going to hurt me because Jake Browning is now starting at quarterback with Joe Burrow done for the year. That hurts my predictions. Steelers, their storyline, they fired their offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, today. And unfortunately, this matchup is going to be one of those matchups where it might be low scoring. And I think it's going to come down to whichever team can move the ball. Unfortunately, I think the Steelers go on the road this week and get a win in Cincinnati after firing their offensive coordinator, Matt Canada. You know, the Bills did that last week after firing their offensive coordinator. Got a win 30-6 against the Jets. Steelers, I think, will do the same, get a win after firing their offensive coordinator the same week. So I do think the Steelers go on the road and get a win on Sunday. Next matchup, moving on. I have to go to Houston for this one. Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. Against Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud, the Texans have a winning record for the first time in November in quite a while. It's been a few years since the Texans had a winning record in the month of November. This team looks like they could be a wild card team at the moment. C.J. Stroud, a rookie quarterback. Who could have guessed that a rookie quarterback out of Ohio State gets the job done? On the other hand, you have Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguars, who the Jaguars look like they could be a top 3 seed in the AFC West and the AFC this year. With the Bengals, Bills not doing good. Looks like it's going to be the Ravens, Chiefs, and then after that, Jaguars and the Dolphins all fighting for the 4 spots. But I like the Jaguars in this matchup a lot, but I'm going to Houston. I don't know if I don't know how the Jaguars are going to go going on the road to Houston, and Houston has a winning record. I'm going to say this. I think C.J. Stroud is going to play another great game this week. Houston is going to get a big win at home against the Jaguars and make a case to try to make a run for an AFC South division title. These two teams are going to be fighting out all the way until Week 18. So let's watch this weekend, as I am taking the Houston Texans this week. Moving on to the last game today, the late Sunday game coming up between the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, and the Philadelphia Eagles, 9-1 against the Bills. Surrounding this matchup, Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen, the two quarterbacks. Bills coming off a win against the Jets after firing their offensive coordinator. And the Eagles coming off a 9-1 win, 21-17 last night against the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. These two teams are going to be pretty good this week. I believe the Eagles, one of the best teams. I do think the Eagles take care of business at home against the Bills on Sunday afternoon. This game's going to be fun to watch if you're watching it. I'm going to take the Eagles this week to go to 10-1. I think the Eagles get that 10th win of the year, become the first team in the NFL in 2023 to get to double-digit wins. I think Jalen Hurts plays the game of his life, and he finds a lot of players. The Eagles definitely get to 10-1, and Bills, I see, will fall flat again this week after winning at 32-6. And it's just one of those weeks where I didn't think the Bills are going to underperform this week. So there you have it. And here's a quick recap of who I'm taking in the Week 12 NFL predictions. First off, starting on Thanksgiving Day, I'm taking the Lions and Jared Goff over the Packers and Jordan Love. In Dallas, I'm taking Dak Prescott over to Washington and the Cowboys over to Washington Commanders. On Thursday night in Seattle, I'm taking Brock Purdy and the 49ers to go 3-0 against the NFC West and their NFC West rival, the Seattle Seahawks. On Black Friday, I'm taking the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa against the Jets and Tim Boyle. In Cincinnati, I'm taking the Steelers and Kenny Pickett over to the Bengals and Jake Browning. In Houston, I'm taking C.J. Stroud and the Texans against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. And in Philadelphia, I'm taking Jalen Hurts and the Eagles against the Bills and Josh Allen in Week 12. There you have it, the Week 12 NFL predictions. If you enjoyed today's video, please comment below who your favorite NFL team is playing, and if you think they're going to win this week. With that being said, please remember to watch, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends to do the same if they've not done so already. Also, don't forget to hit that notification button below so you know when I upload a new video. With that being said, have a nice day. Stay safe. Hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving, enjoys some football this Thursday. I'll be working, so I'll keep track of the scores. I'll take a look here and there while I'm on my lunch break and my lunch break on Thursday. So hope it enjoys the holiday, Thanksgiving. I have a Big Ten prediction video I'll have out on Thursday as well. If you want to watch the Big Ten prediction videos, I'll record that tomorrow and get that up for you on Thursday. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Peace out. Bye for now. And I'll see you right back here next Tuesday for the Week 13 NFL prediction video. Bye, everyone, and stay safe.